we're going to see...
Doctors, as well as parents, Rob and Laura Galloway, watch over their daughter Frankie with care and perhaps some extra attention. She's been born with an extremely rare genetic brain condition, so rare only 200 in the world have it. And Rob set up his own charity called Rare People to get AI to find help.
Hello. About 6 weeks after she was born, she developed meningitis. And she got better from that, but then she just didn't develop normally. She had a diagnosis of something called DeSanto-Shinawi Syndrome. And essentially it's a problem where you don't produce enough of this protein called the WAC protein. You've got two genes and one's damaged, and you get 50% of the protein, and that causes damage to the brain. So you get learning disabilities, she'll need lifelong care, autistic traits, ADHD type traits, problems speaking, problems mobility. Her bowels are problematic, her immune system's not perfect. She's been in hospital a few times with low glucose levels. So it causes a lifelong of problems and needing lifelong care. She's wonderful, she's very happy, she loves her brothers and sisters, but we know she's going to need lifelong care. Devastated, relieved it wasn't something more serious in a weird way, but devastated, but also I'm an emergency medicine consultant. I want answers. I want to be able to solve things. I'm not used to, the wait was just awful for me. I've, get answers in 15 minutes. The wait was awful. But then being told there's nothing you can do, I'm not used to not being able to do anything you can do. My whole life has been an emergency medicine doctor, and I'm used to being able to do things. So it was that lack of not being able to do anything which was so awful. And then when we got given the hope, it just changed our whole mindset.
That hope to use artificial intelligence to analyse all medical data and identify existing drugs to treat Frankie, an approach pioneered in Minnesota, America, where Joni Krause's daughter Jory has seen miraculous results.
I know that's your hair. Good job.
You hear there's no cure, there's no fix. I've never grieved so many tears and so much uncertainty, and you hear some of these symptoms that these children have, such as seizures and, moderate intellectual disability, and again, needing lifelong care. And, when you have a baby, I'm sure all of us as parents can remember just looking at that little child or being pregnant and thinking about what this child is going to be and how you're going to help them live their very, very best life. And it goes from that to you just see doors closing and saying, gosh, who's going to take care of my child after me? And it's a whole nother beast, just a whole nother beast. She started walking with a walker, and before she couldn't walk at all. It was just like lights were on. My daughter's treatment would never, ever, ever been found if it wasn't for AI. The manpower to look through all of those FDA approved drugs to see what could have been, it's not possible. It's not possible. We got the biggest gift between God and those donors and Mayo Clinic. We got the biggest gift, and we just want to make sure that other families like ours get the same. Jory got a second chance at life.
It's just utterly amazing. So it's changing the whole face of medicine. I've been a doctor since 2001. This is just, this technology didn't exist a couple of years ago, or even last year. So AI has examined every single scientific paper and can see if there's links between drugs and gene problems. So it can use existing drugs to boost the gene. So normally you'd have to spend hundreds of millions of pounds inventing a drug or doing gene therapy, then loads of safety checks. Now it gives you hypotheses of what could work. So we've set up the charity to fund the first trial into her condition in the UK, and we're just submitting ethics, had the first family meetings about that. But it's going to be an idea which you can then replicate for thousands of other rare conditions. So we want this small charity based in Brighton to grow into a global, basically, funding mechanism to fund thousands of other trials into rare conditions of people who are normally completely neglected.
I think it's completely changed everything that we thought as a family was certain about Frankie's future and our future. To be able to get more information and to be able to get potential treatments through this technology, there's not words to describe the difference it can make to our family, really.
It's thought it's not commercially worthwhile for drug companies to research treatments for children as rare as these. Rob now hoping to raise £250,000 for trials to prove the AI prescriptions are right. and that the same process could see thousands with similarly rare conditions survive and thrive. Andy Dickinson, ITV News, Hove.